what's up, YouTube? Stax here with another episode of Tabletop Adventures, and we continue on with the Rise of the Red Skull campaign. Let's move this. Okay, whatever. We'll just leave these here. It is Taskmaster time, and just some housekeeping here. We've got our campaign log. We are on 14 hit points. At the end of the previous scenario, when we gained our basic defense upgrade, you do attach it to your identity, and then you record your hit points. So yes, we are at a perfect 14 out of 14. We will probably not be at max health here. I'll tell you why in a moment. You have White Tiger, Shang-Chi, Elektra, and Moon Knight. They are all captive heroes for hire. More about that in a bit. We're going to put them away because that's what the Hunting Down Heroes setup tells us to do. Set aside each captive ally and search the encounter deck for Hydra Patrol. We've taken care of all the campaign setups, by the way. Adrenal Stims are out. Defense upgrades there. The experimental weapons, the power gauntlets, and laser rifle are in the encounter deck. And we just got to find Hydra Patrol. Hydra Patrol, where are you at? I'd be so heartbroken if I couldn't find it. There we go. Hydra soldiers perform routine patrols to maintain control of their territory. When this is defeated, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion and puts it into play. Engage with them, then shuffle. It has the crisis icon, meaning until that side scheme is dealt with, you cannot remove any threat from the main scheme. So that sucks. And it comes into play with 2. That doesn't suck so bad, because Captain America can deal with 2 threat. Taskmaster. After a player changes to hero form, they discard the top card of the encounter deck and take damage equal to the number of boost icons on that card. That sucks. You know what else sucks? The main scheme. The notorious Taskmaster has been appointed Hydra's chief of police. His top priority is hunting down those outlaw heroes. This will come into play with 1 threat. And has the force response. After resolving the first step of the villain phase, each player in hero form must choose to either place another threat there or take 1 damage. When this gets to 12, we lose. Not good. So, Steve Rogers, as an aggression deck, as noted by the Red Sleeves. Let's see what we've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have Captain America's shield in our opening hand. So we're going to mulligan that away to draw 1 more. And then we'll search our discard pile for Captain America's shield and put it in our hand. There. We love that. He's so broken. Okay. Well, let's start. The very first thing is we can take advantage of Living Legend. We can discard. I don't like discarding downtime necessarily, given what Taskmaster does to us on a regular basis, but I think I'm going to play Agent 13. Now, immediately, that means we can remove 2 threat from a scheme. Is this sleeve okay? I guess it is. We have to search the deck for a minion. It has to be a Hydra minion. We'll do the Hydra regular. He's the easiest to deal with. Does incite 1, so that puts 1 threat on the main scheme. Okay. Then I would like to discard Enhanced Awareness to play Captain America's shield. Then flip it over to Captain America. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe I just don't. I feel like that's incorrect. But, like, I'm not going to use Relentless Assault or Tigra. I'm just thwarting hunting down heroes to 0 with Agent 13. But then I can, like, block and stuff. Yeah, let's flip. Discard the top card. It is 2 boost, so we take 2 damage, down to 12. Agent 13 will thwart the scheme. She'll take the 1 consequential damage. Captain America will fight Hydra regular. Just like that. The board is mostly clear. Let's discard our cards. Ready everything. Draw 5. Yarnbjorn, First Aid, Captain America's Helmet, Heroic Strike, Heroic Strike. Okay. That's not a particularly good hand. But, oh well. This goes to 1, and I will choose to put 1 on there instead of taking damage. Taskmaster attacks. I will attempt to defend. We defend 4 and take 4. Excellent. So no damage gets through. 1 goes back on Retaliate, thanks to Captain America's shield. And now we get our encounter card. Taskmaster's shield. Attached to Taskmaster, Taskmaster gains Retaliate 1. Hero action, exhaust your hero and spend science and strength resources to discard this card. Hold on. Did I play the experimental weapons wrong? Did I have to? No. Okay, it's just spend resource. Okay, now that I've looked at the deck, I have to shuffle again. But I see that, and I'm like, oh no. Did I, like... Was I supposed to exhaust my hero to get rid of those when I did that last game? But no. Okay. So that was the encounter. And I don't know. What do we want to do here? I have Yarnbjorn, but I can't play Yarnbjorn and Heroic Strike. Discard Captain America's helmet to ready. Then discard Heroic Strike and First Aid. And exhaust to get rid of this. And then spend Heroic Strike to play Yarnbjorn. I think this card is way too valuable to not play. And we'll thwart this down to 2. I'm not going to move him too far, because guess what? After we draw our 5 cards, it's going back to 2. Because I'm not taking the damage. Draw 5. Super Serum, or Super Soldier Serum, Steve's Apartment, Energy, Strength, and Hall of Heroes. This deck is good, I promise. The attack coming in, I'll defend again. It is only 1 boost, so no damage gets through. Retaliate 1. And encounter is Photographic Reflexes. When a player attacks Taskmaster, prevent all damage that would be dealt to Taskmaster and deal an equal amount of damage to that player's identity instead. Then discard Photographic Reflexes. Okay. Sure. That's not obnoxious. Okay. Well, what do we want to do? Let's discard strength for Super Soldier Serum. Let's discard energy for Hall of Heroes. How far can I slide this over? So Super Soldier Serum, we get to exhaust to generate a strength resource. Hall of Heroes is fun because after you defeat a minion, you place a glory counter here, and then as an alter ego action, exhaust this, remove 3 counters, and draw 3 cards. We're going to activate Super Soldier Serum to play Steve's apartment. I guess Agent 13 will attack Taskmaster, prevent the damage, deal it to Captain America. And then I'm just going to flip and heal 1, draw 1. Discard that, draw 6. Put these up here. Except I want you there because I'm going to be tapping that a lot. And that. So, all right, we got Shield Toss. That's nice. Shield Block. Cool. Power of Aggression. Whatever. Shield Toss. Oh my god. Uppercut and Fearless Determination. Sure. This is gone. 1 threat here. We're not in hero form, so we don't have to make that decision, but Taskmaster does scheme and gets 3 total added to it, up to 6, so halfway to our death blow. Then the encounter card. We're happy to see Man Out of Time go away. Hydra Hunter. His attacks gain piercing and ranged. He's not affected by Retaliate. Great. On our turn, we'll activate Steve's apartment. Go to 13, draw a card. Okay. Nothing to do but flip. Discard. 2 damage. Down to 11. I'm turning it the wrong way. There we go. I would like to, first of all, play Fearless Determination. Gain 1 thwart, draw a card. Okay. I'm going to play Shield Toss. Discarding Shield Block will return Captain America's shield to hand and deal 4 damage to 1 enemy. It's the Hydra Hunter. It goes away. Things happen. First of all, Hall of Heroes gets a counter. Actually, I think that's all that happens. Okay, that was fun. I have Captain America's shield in my hand. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Chase them down. After your hero attacks and defeats an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. So this goes down to 4. Also, as part of that, I will Super Soldier Serum to activate Yarn Bjorn. After your hero attacks an enemy, spend a strength resource, deal 2 damage to an enemy. I will deal 2 damage to Dum Dum up there, Taskmaster. Then I will discard Shield Toss to replay Captain America's shield. And then discard 2 Powers of Aggression. I wish I could float mana in this game, but you can't. To uppercut 5 damage to an enemy. We'll bring Taskmaster down to 4. And then Captain America is going to thwart for 3 because of Fearless Determination to get hunting down to 1. That is by far our best turn of the game. All right. Ready up. Draw 5. Mockingbird. Martial Prowess. Super Soldier Serum. Genius. And First Aid. I love Martial Prowess in this. Exhaust this to generate a strength resource for an attack event. When we have Heroic Strike, and there's one that if you spent strength, it gains overkill. We're going to let this go to 3. Again, I'm not interested in taking damage. He's going to attack. I'm going to defend. And it is 3 damage. All defended. Retaliate 1. Down to 3. And counter is, for the love of, photographic reflexes again. That's insane. Okay, that's fine. We can actually deal with that pretty easily. I'm going to discard Genius for another Super Soldier Serum. I'm going to flip over to Steve Rogers. Activate Steve's apartment. Heal 1, draw 1. Activate both Super Soldier Serums to play Mockingbird for a discounted cost. When she enters the battlefield, we stun Taskmaster. Discard Relentless Assault and First Aid to play Martial Prowess. Mockingbird will attempt to attack. That gets prevented. 1 damage dealt over here. And then discard Photographic and 1 damage to Mockingbird. All right. That's going to go to 4. We untap everything, which is a process in and of itself. And draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, hello, nurse. Okay. We've already done this. Taskmaster schemes and gets nothing for the boost, so just the 1. That's enough to push this up to 5. And then our encounter is Taskmaster's training camp. Taskmaster only accepts the best troops into his police force before a Hydra soldier can enlist. They must survive his training camp. This gives us an extra encounter card in the encounter phase. And after a minion enters play, give it a tough status card. All right. That's going to go to 2 threats. We're going to deal with it very quickly, but that's cute. Okay. Carry on, Mr. Rogers. First thing we're going to do is activate Steve's apartment to gain 1 and draw 1. Let the games begin. Discard Hercules. Discard Avengers. Actually, discard just Hercules and the 2 Super Soldier Serums. To play Nick Fury. I would just like to draw some cards, probably? Question mark? Yeah, let's... I do have to think about this. Let's remove 2 threat from a scheme. Get rid of the training camp. Yeah, I think that's the correct play there. Then we'll flip over. Which means we're dealt a card. Take 2 down to 10. Not a fan, but sure. Discard Shield Block and Avengers Mansion for combat training. Sure, we'll put that over there. We just got like everything over here that we possibly could almost. And then, did I screw up? I think I screwed up. I screwed up. I can't count. That's fine. We're going to attack for 3, which will bring him to 0. So, that defeats stage 1. He immediately goes to stage 2, 16. When revealed, each player gets an encounter card. There's 1. Now, response. After your hero attacks an enemy, spend a strength resource, deal 2 damage to an enemy. So immediately we'll go down to 14. Discard to ready captain. And then I actually just want to thwart hunting down heroes all the way down to 0. That is the end of that. We're going to get another encounter card. There's Fearless Determination. We have to shuffle. When we shuffle the player deck, we're dealt an immediate encounter card from the deck. Feels like a very light deck considering like a quarter of it is actually out on the field right now. For those wondering, you can only have 3 allies in play at any given time. I should not run into any problems with this. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll put 2 on there because I don't want to take damage. And he attempts to attack. He is stunned. He loses that. Then Taskmaster deals us an encounter card. Let's reveal them in the order we received them. Mimicry. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck. If an attack card was discarded this way, Taskmaster attacks you. Well, that will almost certainly happen. Let's see. Power of Aggression. No. Genius. No. Quinn Carrier. No. Fearless Determination? No. Relentless Assault. Yes. So, Taskmaster attacks. So we are dealing the boost card. Nick Fury will defend because he's going away anyways. And so, 3 damage is enough to get rid of Mr. Fury. Next encounter card. Hydra Hunter will engage us. Gains piercing and ranged. And over here, Concussion Grenade. You are stunned. Deal 1 damage to your hero, 2 damage instead if you were already stunned. Well, we were not, so that and 1 damage, down to 9. Well, dealt 3 encounter cards, and we barely felt it, so that's good. Let's do Fearless Determination. Gain 1 thwart, draw a card. Oh, I don't know. Let's attempt to attack, lose stunned, attempt to attack Hydra Hunter. Then we will discard Shield Block to ready, and then attack Hydra Hunter for 3. We'll spend a Strength resource to deal 2 to Taskmaster. And we get a counter on Hall of Heroes. We'll pay 1, 2 for Enhanced Awareness. And then we'll activate. We don't even have to activate. I'll discard Agent 13 to play First Aid to heal Captain America for 2. Or do I heal Mockingbird for 2? Let's heal Mockingbird for 2. And then she can attack for 1. And Taskmaster goes to 11. Enhanced Awareness comes into play with 3 mental counters on it. And exhaust it to generate a blue science resource. Julio. Ready everything. There's a lot of it. Draw 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to have this go to 4 because, again, I don't want to take damage. And Taskmaster will attack us. This time we'll block with Mockingbird. It is 2 damage. And then the encounter. The villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you. Deal the boost card. Captain America will block. It is 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. We block all of it. And deal 1 back on retaliation down to 10. So much going on here. My gosh. Surely I can deal 10 points of damage. I can. Excellent. Yeah. So we're going to try to do this strategically because I would like to be at full health. And I don't think I can do that this turn, so might have to get a little greedy. Or do I just go into the next thing with 9? Which I don't like. I have the win in hand right now. I can very easily win the game. Discard Shield Toss to ready. And thwart for... I can't thwart. I will activate Super Soldier Serum twice and Martial Prowess to play Heroic Strike. Deal 6 damage, down to 4. We've definitely paid Strength, so we'll stun. We'll discard Uppercut to deal 2 more damage. Discard Chase Them Down to play Downtime. Gonna flip Steve's Apartment to draw a card. That's a hero resource. I can't do it. Then recover 5. Full health. Go team. All right. Because we have +2 recovery from downtime. Discard and draw 6 at the end of the player phase. Again, we have the campaign to worry about, right? So, being as close to full health as possible, generally a good thing. I'd love to draw first aid right now. Thank you. This is going to go to 5. Taskmaster Schemes. It's, oh my god, 4. Going to 9. Encounter card is Assault. This card gains Surge because we're an alter ego. Caught off guard. When revealed, discard an upgrade or support you control. Oh, thank God. Let's discard, honestly, let's discard Adrenal Stims. It's not a permanent. I don't need it. Flew a little too close to the sun there. Right. Well, I don't actually need to do anything here. Discard Strength for 2, discard Energy for 2, discard Relentless Assault, discard Shield Toss, and we will play out Hercules for 6. Hercules will attack Taskmaster and drop him to 0. And we have defeated Taskmaster and stay at full health. We had to assemble Voltron to do it. That is the end of hunting down heroes. So I need to look real quick at what victory means. Each player who rescued one or more allies from Taskmaster encounter set adds those allies to their deck and records their names. We do not do that, and so I don't believe we do anything. Because, we didn't... we never got any of these side schemes, like Captured by Hydra, that place a random set-aside captive ally down and let us try to rescue them. So, alas, we've left Taskmaster stunned. I was gonna say dazed and confused, but not really. That's this one. That's the next deck, I think. Can I do confuse with protection cap? I don't know, but we're gonna find out. Our fourth. Oh, hold on. I went into my outro and I realized. What? So we have to. We do nothing, right? Yeah, we do nothing. So rescued allies, none, and that really is it. So, yes, that's the end of this episode of Tabletop Adventures. I hope you're enjoying the Rise of the Red Skull campaign. When we come back at it tomorrow, it is Protection Captain America to finish the job in scenarios 4 and 5. We'll see you then, and until we meet again, be good to each other out there.